It's hard to see clearly when everything is close up. Sometime in summer 2020, when it's warm out, but the streets still echo with emptiness, I read an article about a strange effect of living in lockdown with other people. The writer describes a noticeable loss of respect and care for loved ones we no longer get to see from further away. Literally seeing them walk away from us, getting a sense of them as a whole figure, an entire being, makes a huge difference to our estimation of them. This is particularly acute, they write, for those living together in smaller spaces, or for those who find themselves newly working alongside their partners and family members. I can relate. It's October 2021 and I am struggling. After the 18 months we've all had, after launching a new music project, after trying to hold my nerve and maintain my health and sanity through lockdowns, after expending gargantuan efforts on creating a more detailed collection of songs than ever, and releasing that album the day after my dad had major surgery, and that was just the first half of 2021, I find myself in Lisbon. Beautiful, beautiful Lisbon. It all happened so fast. From barely leaving the house to go to the supermarket, to discovering the joys of open water swimming and driving around the southwest to drench myself in lakes and quarries, to thinking, could I actually go somewhere else? Somewhere new? Somewhere out of the country? It feels good to dare to hope, but I'm fully expecting something to get in the way of the flights I book. I'm resigned to having to cancel my Airbnb, shift my plans to another time in the vague future. I don't expect to have to actually pack a bag. Solitude is soothing. Before, you know what, I spent a lot of time on my own. A lot. Days upon days working away in my home studio, hours upon hours driving to play gigs around the country. I knew I needed it, and I appreciated having access to it, but I never expected it would or could be taken from me. It's become harder to find in these days of close-up living, and that's mostly okay. Living with someone is a series of adjustments, and the payoff is, in my happy and thankful case, well worth it. But solitude is important. I've lost sight of myself. What do I really want to make, do, be, contribute? I can't hear the answers. We all amend and make micro-adjustments to our behaviour depending on the context to fit amenably with the people in our lives. But I know from experience how easy it is to get submerged through over-empathising, over-adjusting. It's time to recalibrate. That's not selfish. I set off on my adventures. Sharing is caring, but oversharing is starting to feel wearing. I'm in this beautiful place and I'm keeping it all to myself. Is that greedy? I've started questioning my intentions. Am I posting this as an act of generosity, or because I want people to flatter me? When we post something on the internet, we open up a line of communication. That's the point. Whether we ask it outright or not, there's a question baked into every image, every line of text. What do you think of this? It's ridiculous to get annoyed when someone responds in a way that clashes with our intentions. Ridiculous, yes, but so much of communication lies between the words, in the moments before and after the image was taken. Perhaps our intentions don't come across the way we'd like to due to the concise format, or because we typed our caption too quickly, or because the person at the receiving end doesn't know us and what we stand for and takes it the wrong way. I juggle these thoughts as I walk around this new place. Crumbling buildings, breathtaking views down to an immense river, tiled walls, and the light. Oh, the light! Sunsets and sunrises at home are nothing like this, are they? Or was I just not paying attention? I've been in love with photography since I was a teenager. I wouldn't say I had a natural aptitude or was any good at it for quite a long while. I just enjoyed it. Sharing photos online was fun in the early days of Flickr. I made real-life friends on that website. But in the past 5 years or so, my love for snapping and sharing has been waning. I love feeling connected to my fellow humans. I learn so much from other people, derive so much inspiration from the things they say, make, and do. The internet shows we're never truly alone. There's always someone to have a friendly chat with, and that's a beautiful thing. But I seem to run out of energy faster these days. Did I used to be able to do more? Or am I rewriting history, being too hard on my in this moment self? Why aren't I good enough? I start to look at all the ways energy might be leaking out of the vessel that is me. Where are the holes? I scribble this line on a post-it note and stick it to the front of my bullet journal. How we choose to spend our moments changes our future. I think about what I'd like my future to look like. I think about how I'd like to spend my moments. On many previous trips, especially tours, I've shared photos right then and there, seconds after the moment I captured. They make it so easy to do that. Insta equals instant. They make it feel urgent. Everyone is waiting. It didn't seem like a big deal to turn away from whoever I was with and whatever was still happening to tap out a quick caption and press upload, endorphins building with the anticipation of that tantalising bell appearing in the top right corner of my phone screen. It didn't seem like a big deal at all. It does now. I don't think the art of photography itself is the problem, it's the other stuff that gets in the way. Taking pictures doesn't take me out of the moment. I use it as a way of being more observant, noticing the quieter things, quietly. No snaps of monuments, no pictures of my face in front of something significant. Not much of me at all, really. I pick what you might call weird things to photograph. I love to look at the stickers mingling on the backs of road signs. I enjoy looking up. I celebrate street art because it shows that someone followed their urge to decorate exactly this spot with exactly this thing, and I find that idea to be beautiful. For someone who's spent a lot of time on stage, on camera, online, I actually love to hide, to lurk, to stay on the sidelines. Travelling alone is just as wonderful as I remember it. Only twice on the trip do I falter. That first afternoon before I head out for lunch, and the day my tattoo appointment gets cancelled. I find out post-run and mooch and grumble about in the apartment till late morning. It takes me a while to recalibrate my expectations for the day and see it as a huge bonus, a whole extra day to see things. I make a new plan for a new destination and immediately miss the bus that would have got me there. It's hot out and I'm still a touch grumpy, but I decide not to let anything stop me and hop on the next bus that comes along. It works out better than I could have planned. A hop off the bus and a short walk through a dusty square, and I'm able to get a window seat on the famed and famously packed yellow tram 28 from its first stop to its last, winding all the way through the old city. Afterwards I clamber up a calf-wrenching flight of steps towards my destination, the Miradoro da Senhora do Monte, collapsing for a rest in a newly opened cafe called Savas. At first I walk past the fresh lemonade sign, intentions locked on my destination. It takes me a few steps to realise my mistake. Am I thirsty? Yes. Is it hot? Oh yes. Did I just climb like 1,000 steep stone steps? Absolutely. Am I on my damn holiday and deserving of fresh lemonade? Hell yes! I walk back down the street and enter the cafe feeling silly. The place is empty, the two owners set up with laptops on a table at the back of the tiny space, sitting facing the street, hoping to welcome people in with warm smiles. Yes, they had seen me walk past. I make a joke of it and they're absolutely lovely. We chat about filmmaking and photography. The red peak design tags on my camera strap obviously denote a certain level of camera geek. And they tease my artist name out of me and look me up online. Blushing and deflecting, I ask about the cafe, and I learn I'll miss the official opening party by just one day. This space is the fulfilment of a lifelong dream, and I warmly congratulate them on this and the delicious refreshments. Miradoro means viewpoint, and it's nice to look out across the city from so high up, but the terrace is packed with people vying for a good background for their selfie, so I don't stay long. Travelling alone means I can follow my every whim. Who am I, right now? What do I want? What do I need? Am I tired? Am I thirsty? Am I warm? Am I cold? Do I want to go this way or that way? What am I drawn to right now? I've always come across the most interesting things after following my urge to go a particular way. Meandering back down the other side of the hill, I do exactly that, turning down whichever street looks most appealing, as long as it's heading down. I feel content, soaking everything in, stopping when I want to, taking my time. Rounding a street corner at the bottom of a steep incline of shiny cobbles, I look up and find myself staring at a panoramic stone artwork of eyes and faces. Vils! Portuguese graffiti and street artist Alexandre Manuel de Asfalto, aka Vils, is known for carving his work into walls, using pneumatic drills, etching acid and bleach to reveal the layers underneath. It's fascinating. I'd read about his techniques before my trip and had hoped to find some of his work before I left, and here it was, finding me. Day 6. I'm invited for dinner by a woman I met on a food tour on day 2. I love the surprise of meeting people I could easily be friends with at home, but I find myself reluctant. It's not her, it's me. I politely waver, not wanting to spurn a really generous offer, not wanting to be someone who says no to life's randomness. But I'm here for me, so I politely decline, and she doesn't mind at all, and I get to do what I wanted, to ride an e-bike along the river in golden hour. I travel all the way from Cais do Sodré to Padrao dos Descobrimentos, where I dock the bike and allow myself to be lured in by another inviting sign. Watching the sun set over the river, sipping rosé wine and eating fresh oysters from the cutest food truck feels like a big yes. Travel doesn't have to be far, and it doesn't have to cost much, and it doesn't even have to be overnight. Humans are made to move around, to look at things from close up and far away. Things and people, others and ourselves. Solitude is a mini holiday for the mind, standing in the back doorway, breathing in the fresh air, taking a walk around the block or streaming a white noise playlist in headphones. My new trick. None of this is selfish, but I am grateful. Grateful for this opportunity to leave my house, my city and my country, to recalibrate, plan, dream, scheme, wander beautiful new spaces and eat delicious food. I'm thankful for my wonderfully supportive relationship and amused that so many people were shocked that my husband let me travel without him. To quote Kurt Vonnegut, In Lisbon, I rediscovered my love of photography, gained an understanding of myself at this age, in this time and in these circumstances, and, while I wasn't looking, I even found my next album title. More on that soon. This was an experiment, so thank you very much for watching. This story originally appeared in issue 5 of the Correspondence Club zine. Every 3 months I gather together stories, artwork and photographs, plus exclusive new tracks, demos and rarities to create art and music bundles exclusively for my members. All the information is in the description box below. The Correspondence Club is the creative motor behind everything I make as Penfriend. Thank you so much to every member, past and present.